Kyoviakino. This is turning into madness. Kakebiel, one of the 3 leaders of the fallen angels, suddenly shows up in Kua, and says he wants to start a new war by killing Rias, and the rest of us. Has he lost his mind? I do not understand what goes through this man's head. Tiamat is furious, because Kakebiel insulted Goku, but it seems Goku could not care less since he is not even paying attention to his words. This Goku, even in a situation like this, is far too relaxed. Without any kind of warning, Goku struck Kakebiel, and sent him crashing into the ground, creating a huge crater. That is my Goku. A man who has no idea how to read the room, he. With Goku's move, all of us charged into battle. But Kakebiel's followers stand no chance against our group, full of powerful people. Just watching Tiamat wipe them out tells you there is no possibility of victory against us. Even Medica, who is human, or so she says, because the way she fights nobody would believe it, is tearing through everyone with a smile on her face. Does she not seem more like a devil than the rest of us? I think that girl crossed the line of what counts as human a while ago. While we were fighting, a man dressed entirely in black appeared. From his appearance I believe he is the same one who attacked Rias and Goku the other day. After a brief conversation with Goku, the man called Zero opened a portal from which a huge muscular figure emerged. Seeing him, for some reason I felt a terrible fear. What was with those eyes? It was as if he had no emotions at all. The giant somehow seemed to know Goku for some reason, since upon seeing him he started shouting something like Kakarot. Did Goku not say his Saiyan name? Was that? But what happened next was even more shocking. The giant grabbed Kakebiel's head with his hand, and with a single grip crushed it. It was something very unpleasant to witness. Tiamat lunged at Zero, but the man in front of us turned out to be only a copy. Tiamat was frustrated by Zero's mockery. You can tell how much she cares for Goku. Goku and the giant are facing off. That guy is not just huge, he is also incredibly powerful if he can fight Goku one-on-one. It is a battle on a level none of us in this world could ever reach. When Rias and the others tried to join the fight, Goku shouted a warning, telling us not to even think about getting involved. Rias, with tears in her eyes, asked him why, and he answered that we would simply die if we faced the giant, and after telling us do not lose, with that charming smile of his he grabbed the huge man and left for a place where no one would interrupt their fight. Zero, before disappearing, left a number of his shadows behind for us to fight. I think that man underestimates us far too much. Does he not know Goku trains us? The whole thing took a bit longer than expected. It was not an easy fight, but I would not call it hard either. Some time ago we surely would have lost, but with Goku's training it feels strange for me to say it, but we are on a very different level from everyone else, and those shadows did not give us much trouble. The only one who had a rough time was Zenobia, but with help from Asia and Reiner she managed. After that, Zenobia apologized to Asia and Reiner for the horrible things she had said to them. While we were resting from the battle, Goku appeared. How convenient his teleportation is. Is that not basically cheating? But nothing this boy can do surprises me anymore, honestly. While everyone flooded him with questions, Goku told us who the giant man was. It seemed he was from the same race as Goku, and for some reason hated him. Everyone was surprised that anyone could hate Goku, who is the kindest and gentlest person you could ever meet. But what surprised us most was that the man named Broly was the legendary Super Saiyan. In what world could that deranged lunatic be a legendary warrior? While we were talking casually, suddenly a figure in white armor appeared. It seemed this man was the other divine dragon Albion, and his wielder was named Vali. The most curious part was that he apparently already knew Goku, and was even his student. When asked what he was doing there, he said he came to collect Kakebiel. I held back from telling him he was a bit late for that, but as always Goku, who does not know how to read the room, simply pointed to where the headless body of one of the 3 fallen leaders lay. Vali, seeing the corpse, asked Goku if this was his doing, to which Goku explained what had happened. Vali, after hearing the story, simply picked up the headless body to bring back as proof to Grigori. As he was about to leave, Issei's gauntlet spoke with the voice of the other divine dragon Drake, and Vali's armor answered with the voice of Albion. After the 2 dragons talked, and Vali left a future challenge for Issei, he departed the scene. As we were about to leave, I began remembering the moment Kakebiel revealed my father's name in front of everyone, and I started to feel sick thinking about everyone rejecting me. But what really hurt was the fear that Goku would reject me for having that filthy blood in my veins. After that day I tried on several occasions to tell Goku about my origins, but fear of rejection always left me speechless. In the following days several things happened, like Zenobia joining us. After learning there was no longer a god, she decided to join our group. It seems she and Issei do not get along very well, but thanks to Asia and Lysana stepping in they do not argue as much as they did at first. It seems Zenobia has taken a great interest in Goku. She wants to give birth to a powerful child. And after a small incident she had with him, it seems she has made up her mind about it and never stops bothering Goku on the subject. Surely in a few more days Goku will give in to the pressure, and make her another one of his girlfriends, so to speak. Zenobia, what a frightening girl. After that, Rhea is revealed there was another member of the clan whom she had kept sealed away as a precaution, and at his own request. When everyone met Gasper they were surprised by his appearance, but what surprised them most was learning he was a man, which brought poor Issei to tears. After several other things I was called by the Archangel Michael, who wanted to meet with Goku, to give him a weapon. While we were at the club I took Goku aside to be alone with him, and explained what was going on. He agreed right away, saying that if I was the one asking he had no reason to refuse, while smiling. Does he trust me that much? I will not deny it made me happy to see that trust, but at the same time it hurt to be hiding the truth about my father from him. The next day I was ready at the shrine waiting for Goku to arrive. Today without fail I would tell him about myself and my father. I was sure Goku would understand, but even knowing that I could not shake the fear of rejection. While thinking about that, Goku arrived right on time. And just after I served him some tea, Michael-sama made his appearance. When the two of them saw each other they greeted one another as if they had known each other for a long time. What was going on here? When they noticed my confusion they explained how they had met. Wait, was there not something strange in that story involving Michael-sama's sister? No, I must have misheard. There is no way one of the archangels of heaven fell for Goku. Or so I hope. After Michael-sama explained the sword to Goku he handed it over. Goku refused at first, saying he did not need such things, but Michael-sama insisted he keep it, and if he found someone he trusted he could pass the sword on if he wished. After that Michael-sama prepared to leave, saying he had to get some things ready for the 3-faction conference, but before leaving he told Goku that Gabriel-sama missed him and wanted to see him again. And with that, he left. What? Hey, what exactly were you doing up in heaven, Goku-san? What kind of training did you two do up there? After calming my thoughts I served Goku some more tea, and the two of us sat in silence drinking and eating some pastries. After gathering all the courage in the world I finally broke the silence, and told Goku about my origins. While I spoke he listened in silence, taking everything seriously, and finally, I showed him my fallen angel wings. He just stayed quiet without saying anything, as if he were thinking about what to say, and that made me nervous. Would he reject me? It would not be strange after everything the Fallen had put Riener and Asia through. But his answer was something unexpected. He simply said, "So what?" Those words completely disarmed me. I shouted at him that I had the blood of the ones who hurt Asia and Riener, but he just said that had nothing to do with it. I already knew about your fallen side, but I never said anything, hoping that someday you would tell me yourself. That is what he said, as if it were nothing. He already knew, and even knowing that it did not matter to him. Just hearing those words it felt like a great weight had lifted off of me, and I could no longer hold back the tears I had kept locked away for so long, and I began to cry like a little girl. He held me gently, pulling me into his side, and cradled me in his lap, while sweetly stroking my head. Softly he whispered in my ear, "You are Akino. It does not matter who your father is. You matter to me. I will never deny any part of you, whether it is your fallen side or your devil side." Those were the words I had always wanted to hear from him. I knew Goku would never deny any part of me, but deep down a small part of me was still afraid of rejection. But after these words all that doubt and fear vanished from inside me. After crying in his arms for a good while I tried to get up so I could go wash my face, realizing how awful I must look after crying and sniffling so much. As I tried to stand, hiding my face so he would not see me like this, he grabbed me to stop me, while I told him to let go and not look at my face, which I kept hidden in embarrassment. But he with a bit of force pulled me back into his lap, and with his hands moved mine away from my face, while his own held my face, gently, and in that moment, he told me I was beautiful, and that it did not matter how I looked, I would always be beautiful in his eyes. This scoundrel, is he some kind of smooth talker or what? He always knows exactly what to say when it matters. I will admit it does not bother me. Quite the opposite, I love being praised, especially by the person I love, but at this rate I will not be able to hold back much longer, and he will be mine alone, he. Just as I was thinking, that as if they had some kind of sixth sense, the others appeared, having noticed Goku was taking too long to return. Are you all his mothers or something? Well, at least now I know his feelings toward me, so from now on I will not hold back anymore. Girls, get ready, because Himejima Akino is entering the game, and I will be the first one to get some real time alone with Goku, he. The meeting between the 3 factions was drawing near, and at the request of the 3 leaders, Goku, would give them a demonstration of his full power. At first he did not want to do it, but after endless pleading from all his friends he finally gave in to the pressure and agreed. The day before the meeting Goku was with Issei in the training room in his basement at home. "Here Issei, I think this sword will serve you well in the future," Goku said, handing the Dragon Slayer to Issei. Issei, seeing the Dragon Slayer, felt a chill run through his entire body, and did not know why, so Drake explained the reason to him. "Are you sure about giving me something this powerful?" Issei asked. "I think you will make better use of it than I would. And besides, it will help you in your future confrontation with Vali," Goku explained. Issei, hearing the explanation, realized it could be very useful against Vali, and accepted it gladly. After that, Goku went up to the kitchen to eat something, while Issei went out to find Kiba, or Zenovia, to help him with his swordsmanship. While he was fixing himself something to eat, Rias along with Sona appeared in the kitchen. They had very serious faces, and apparently wanted to talk to Goku. "Hey girls, is something wrong?" Goku asked, seeing them so serious. "Goku, we need to talk to you for a moment," Rias answered. "Sounds serious. Alright, let us talk," he said, now serious given the mood. The two girls nodded and sat down at the kitchen table, and Goku did the same, and they prepared to talk. "Goku, we would like you to be very alert tomorrow, and if anything happens, to stop it," Sona said. "Something like what?" Goku asked. "For you, tomorrow might not seem like much, but for us devils, the fallen, and the angels, it is an event that could change everything," Rias said. "If the alliance between the three factions happens, the tensions between all the groups will gradually fade away, and that way a new war could be avoided," Sona explained. As the two of them said, Goku did not really care much about that, since if something like a war broke out, he would simply need to eliminate whoever threatened the people he loved. But since the two of them were asking so seriously, he could not refuse, no matter how little the matter concerned him. "Alright girls, I swear if anyone tries to interfere with the meeting, I will tear them apart," Goku answered them both. They happy to hear he would take care of anyone who dared interfere could not help but smile. "Thank you, my love," Rias said, and kissed him on the cheek. "Thank you very much," Sona said, and gave Goku a kiss the same way, which made her blush, not being used to that kind of thing. Day of the meeting. The day of the meeting had arrived. The meeting would take place at Kua Academy, and in one room the leaders of each faction gathered along with their companions. "Go Tian!" Seraphol shouted, and like a bolt of lightning jumped and latched onto Goku. "Levi Tan, long time no see," Goku answered with a smile at the Mao. "I missed you so much, Gotan. When this is over we will have a date, right?" the Mao asked with pleading puppy eyes. "Of course you can count on it," Goku answered, which made the Mao very happy. "That is cheating, Miss Leviathan," a very sultry voice said. "First come first served, Miss Gabriel," the Mao answered, hugging one of Goku's arms. "That is not something for you to decide, since he will have a date with me, right Goku?" Gabriel said, hugging his other arm and pressing her large chest against him. "Ha ha ha, relax girls. Why do we not just have that date, all three of us together?" Goku said, laughing. At first the two of them liked the idea, but after thinking about it a moment it seemed like it could be fun and interesting. "Ha ha ha, you are always so popular, Goku." Surzetches the Mao laughed, seeing the two girls. "Do not joke about that. A little more of my life force drains away every day," Goku said, thinking about the women in his life, and how demanding they could be. Rias, Akino, Asia, and Sona, who had been silent until now, hit him upon hearing that. Rias and Sona each gave him an elbow to the side, while Akino smacked him on the head, and Asia pinched him through tears, while Issei watched all of this with envy. "See what I mean?" Goku told Surzetches with fake pain, while the Mao and the other two laughed. "You continue to be an interesting person, Goku," Michael said, watching it all. "Ha, I would rather not be," he answered with a sigh which drew laughter from everyone present. "Goku, I have something to tell you before the meeting begins, but promise not to get angry," Azazel said. "Why would I get angry?" Goku said, not understanding. "In my defense I will say that when she told me I did not know you yet, and later on for one reason or another I could not bring it up," Azazel said, a little nervous. "Just get to the point already, you are making me dizzy," Goku said, already tired of the rambling. Azazel nodded, and stepped out of the room for a moment, and when he came back a young girl walked in beside him. By her looks she seemed to be around the same age as the other girls. She was short with black hair and black eyes, with her hair down to her shoulders, and she wore a combat armor without shoulder guards, along with a skirt of the same material with black stockings and combat boots, the same type as Vegeta's, but what stood out most was her tail. The young woman, seeing Goku, could not hold back her tears and approached him, grabbing his arms, while looking at him closely and trembling. She said, "Kakarot, is it really you?" She said those words in a trembling voice. Judging by your tail, I would say you are a Saiyan. But how do you know me? Goku asked. Of course I know you. What mother would not recognize her own son? The girl answered, dropping a bombshell on everyone present. Mother. Everyone present shouted in shock, except Goku, who still said nothing. Hey Azazel, if this is some kind of joke you had better stop now or I will get angry, Goku said, looking seriously at Azazel. It is no joke. I was surprised myself when she told me what you were like, but the day we met was very tense, and I could not remember to bring it up. Azazel answered. You know full well the planet where I was born was destroyed by Frieza, so there is no way she could be my mother. Goku said. Let me explain, Kakarot. The day Lord Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta after putting you in a capsule and sending you to Earth, I did the same thing. But as I was leaving the planet, the explosion occurred, and because of it a hole opened up, and my ship was pulled into it. When I woke up I was at Grigori since my ship had crashed near the facility, and Azazel and his people took me in. The girl explained. Goku listened closely to her story, thinking it could very well be true. Did he not end up in this world through something similar himself? Besides, her appearance was unmistakably that of a Saiyan, there was no doubt about that. And where were you the time I went to Grigori? Goku asked. That day I was in a different facility. The girl answered. I see. Goku answered thoughtfully. Whoa. But I still have not introduced myself. My name is Jine, Jine said with a smile. I see, but do not call me Kakarot. My Earth name is Goku, I prefer that. Goku told his mother, who nodded. But look at you, your appearance is just like your father Bardock, but your personality seems to be mine. Jine said with a smile, looking at Goku. It seems my personality turned out this way after I took a hit to the head as a small child. Goku told her. I see. I think it is better this way. I would not have liked it if you turned out violent like the other Saiyans. Jine told him. By the way, did you ever meet your brother Raditz? Jine asked. Goku, hearing that name, made a sour face, and Jine noticed. Yes, I met him and I killed him. Goku answered with a serious face. Jine, hearing that, grew sad. But there seemed to be a powerful reason behind it. Could I know the reason behind that? Jine asked seriously, and Goku nodded. One day he came to Earth to force me to join him in conquering planets. When I refused, he kidnapped my son to force me to kill people to get him back. After that, along with a friend, we went to face him, and after a hard-fought battle he died along with me. Goku recounted what had happened. Jine was saddened to learn her two sons had killed each other, but hearing the story from Goku's own mouth, she understood their personalities had clashed, and that was the outcome. I see. That Raditz changed a lot, but you said you died along with him. How are you alive then? Jine asked, not understanding. It is a long story. I will tell you later. Goku answered, and Jine accepted that. I am happy to see you again, my little one. Jine said affectionately. I am happy to see you too, mother. Goku answered, a little embarrassed. That made Jine very happy. It was the first time he had called her mother since they had met, and that meant he had accepted they were family. The others, seeing Goku blush, could only give a warm smile, and the girls had tears of joy at the reunion between mother and son. The meeting was going very well, and that was a very good sign. The alliance between these three groups would pave the way for an even greater alliance in the future with other mythologies. But when things go too smoothly, something always happens, and that is exactly what occurred here. While the leaders were chatting, a large seal suddenly formed above Kua Academy. Everyone noticed the moment it appeared, but that was not all, since at the same time Goku sensed a strange fluctuation in ki and quickly shielded himself and his mother with a barrier of ki. The others, seeing him, quickly did the same except Sona and Tsubaki, who were frozen in time. What in the world is happening? Riaz asked, confused by the events. This looks like the work of that vampire kid's eyes. Azazel said. That is correct. It seems they have taken him and Kaneko prisoner. Goku answered. Is that true, Goku? Riaz asked, worried about her servants. Yes, but do not worry. Issei Zenovia Aquino, can you handle this? Goku said. The three of them nodded and quickly headed toward where Gasper and Kaneko were. It would be faster if I just go and eliminate all of them. Vali said, not reading the room at all. Hey Vali, this is not the time for your nonsense. Azazel told him, thinking he was joking. You can try, Vali, but before you even take a single step your head will already be gone. How about it? Want to test it? Goku told him with a murderous look. Vali, seeing that Goku was not joking, began to sweat since he knew what Goku was capable of, and stayed quiet. From the magic circle in the sky, mages dressed in robes began emerging and started attacking the area without mercy. What is with these guys? Do they really dare attack a magical girl like me? Seraphal said angrily. It seems someone does not want this meeting to end well, Michael said, looking out the window. There are still people out there who want a new war, Xerxes answered. Whatever the case, the best thing to do is go out and stop this before it gets worse. Azazel proposed. You young ones, would you lend us a hand? Michael asked the group. Everyone present nodded, but Goku had a strange smile, which made Azazel ask him about it. You look pleased about something, Goku? Azazel asked. I am just happy I got ahead of things before they happened, he answered. How is that? Xerxes asked, curious. After Riaz and Sona asked me yesterday to keep watch in case something happened today, I got ahead of it and set up some good defenses just in case, he answered with a smile. Defenses? Michael asked, not understanding. Did you not notice some of our people are missing? He answered. Those present quickly realized and were surprised they had not noticed the wildest ones among them were absent. So that is what you all were planning this morning, Riaz said, remembering seeing Goku with the absent members talking secretly earlier. Now I understand why Lysana did not want to come with us, Asia said. Well, let us go outside or we will miss all the fun, Goku said. Those present nodded and prepared to head outside to face the enemy. Outside was like a war zone with explosions and magic blasts going off everywhere. There were hundreds of mages scattered around, and you could see Tiamat, Grafia, Lysana, and Medica attacking the mages without pause. They seemed to be having fun, Azazel said with a sweat drop watching the girls tear through the place. That is good for them. It helps them release their frustrations, Goku said, which made everyone present sweat drop. While they were talking calmly, a powerful magic beam was fired at them, but the three leaders created a barrier that stopped the attack. The shot came from a woman with her hair pulled into a bun, wearing glasses, and a very low-cut dress that left little to the imagination. Katria, what exactly do you think you are doing? Xerxes said. What am I doing? Isn't it obvious, Xerxes? I will not let a fake Mao make decisions above the true ones, Katria answered. Katria, please stop, Seraphal pleaded. Shut your mouth, Seraphal. Once I kill you, the title of Mao Leviathan will return to me, Katria said, laughing like a madwoman. This is ridiculous, Goku said as he started to move. Oh, if it is not Son Goku. Did you really think I forgot about you? Katria said in a mocking tone. Seems like you know me, old lady. If that is the case, then you know you stand no chance, Goku said, mocking Katria. Old lady. How dare you call me old lady, you brat. Well, whatever. I have a very special gift for you, Katria said as she stepped back a little. Where Katria had been standing, a magic circle now appeared. Everyone tensed, waiting to see what this supposed gift would be. But soon everyone present trembled at what emerged from the magic circle. Everyone's fear was not only because of what they had heard about Goku. The being itself gave off an aura of evil so deep that not even in their wildest nightmares could they have imagined feeling something like it. Fre Frieza-sama, Jine said, trembling. She recognized him instantly even without having seen that particular form of his before. Goku placed a hand on his trembling mother's shoulder, and feeling her son's hand she calmed down. He stepped in front of her, and looked Frieza in the eyes. Were you not supposed to be dead? Goku asked Frieza. Whoa. Could you be Son Goku? I did not recognize you with that appearance. I must say it suits you well, Frieza answered with a smile. You did not answer my question, Goku said, ignoring what Frieza had said. It seems I still had some loyal followers left. They went to Earth, and secretly gathered the Dragon Balls to bring me back to life, Frieza answered. And what is the reason you are in this world? Goku asked again. It is simple. After investigating, I learned you were not on Earth, which took away my desire to destroy it if you were not there to witness it, so I gathered the Dragon Balls once again, and asked to be sent to wherever you were. And that is how I ended up in the underworld of this world, where I met these kind people who told me that if I helped them you would surely show up, Frieza explained. You are very stubborn, Frieza, Goku answered after hearing his story. Whatever it takes to see my revenge fulfilled, he said with his typical smile. Jine, who had been listening to the conversation between her son and Frieza, did not understand what the relationship between them was, or how they even knew each other. Son, what is your relationship with Frieza-sama? It seems there is a great deal of resentment on his part, Jine asked her son. There is not much to tell. We simply crossed paths years ago, and I defeated him, and it still weighs on him, Goku answered, as if the bloody battle he once had with Frieza was nothing much at all. You defeated him, Frieza-sama? She asked, surprised by her son's answer. I will tell you all about it later, now is not the time to chat, Goku told his mother. She nodded. What kind of stories would her son tell her? It seemed he had led quite an eventful life given the way he spoke and acted. I suppose you have grown stronger if you have the nerve to show up in front of me, Goku asked him. Ha ha ho, you can count on that. After intense training, I have become powerful enough to finish you off, Frieza answered confidently. I hope so, since you should know I have not been sitting around, doing nothing all these years either. Goku told him. So I heard. It seems you finished off Majin Buu. Frieza said, though he did not seem surprised. That is not all, but well, I will tell you one thing. You had better start off using your full power from the very beginning, because if you do not, I promise you this time I will not spare your life, like I did on Namek. Goku warned him. Ha 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 ho, do not worry, I am not so inconsiderate as to do that. Besides, I want you to know I respect you as a warrior, and that is why I will show you my full power. I hope you enjoy the show. Frieza answered. Ha ha ha, you are finished, son Goku. With him on our side, your life is. That was all Katria managed to say before being run through by a beam that shot from Frieza's finger. Would you shut up, you piece of trash? Do not interrupt me, Frieza said to Kateria's now lifeless body falling to the ground. Everyone present was stunned by Frieza's action, except Goku and Gine, who already knew what he was like. Katria, Serafal said with sorrow, seeing Kateria's body on the ground. Now with the pest eliminated, let us continue, Frieza said, getting ready. Frieza began raising his power, and his aura quickly began shifting to gold. It was a sight to behold for everyone present. The golden aura wrapped completely around Frieza's body, hiding him from view entirely, and after a few moments the golden aura intensified, giving off an enormous glow. When the glow began to fade, everyone could make out Frieza's new appearance now with his entire body covered in gold. Ha ha ho, forgive me for making you wait. This is my new form. It does not have a name yet, but if we had to give it one, I suppose it would be Golden Frieza. Frieza said, now in his new form. Goku was impressed not by the appearance, but by the power radiating from him. What kind of training did he do to gain such power? Goku wondered. Impressive. I must say I am very surprised by your power. Goku praised him. Thank you, all of this is simply to be able to finish you off. Frieza answered the praise with his typical bow. But you are not the only one with a new transformation, Goku told him with a confident smile. I thought as much, Frieza answered. Then it is my turn to show you my new form, Goku said, rising up to transform. And so Goku began raising his power until a blue aura enveloped him, followed by a great burst of light. When the light began to fade, the aura covering Goku's body began to peel away, like a shell. And from within emerged Goku, with hair the same blue color as the aura surrounding him. Those present were left speechless seeing Goku's form. None of them could sense his ki, but Michael and Gabriel could feel something that alarmed them. Is that divine aura? The two of them said. Does that mean he is a god? Azazel asked. Both archangels nodded, leaving everyone present even more stunned except Riaz, who already knew about the red god form. Well, what impressive power. Frieza praised Goku. Thank you, it cost me a great deal to reach this point. Goku answered. I see. If it were not this way it would not be any fun, Frieza told him. Certainly, Goku answered. And the two of them began to laugh, which left everyone present sweat dropping seeing two monsters laughing like that. Well then, let my revenge begin, Frieza said, striking his usual pose with a smile on his face. And with that the clash between the two most powerful beings in this world began. The two of them rose above the clouds where they would not harm anyone, and quickly rushed at each other, slamming their fists together with insane force. The sound of the impact was staggering and produced a powerful shockwave that cleared the sky of clouds all around them. The two of them tested each other with that clash, and knowing their opponent's strength they stopped pushing with their fists, and moved into an exchange of punches and kicks at a speed imperceptible to mere mortals. The sounds of their battle and the shockwaves from their blows moved from one place to another at a staggering speed, and those on the ground looked around desperately, trying to follow the fight by sound alone. The two of them were very evenly matched, trading blow for blow, but it seemed Frieza had a slight edge in power, which little by little gave him a small advantage. Bit by bit the battle between the two began to show a shift. Even though both were fairly wounded, the length of the fight was proving that Frieza had not fixed his weak point, and that was burning through his power too quickly. Goku had noticed this, and deliberately drew the battle out to make that drain worse. Frieza was the only one who did not notice, and it cost him the fight. By the time he realized he was losing power very quickly, it was already nearly over. But he was not about to let things end that easily, though it was all in vain, since in the middle of an exchange of blows his golden form vanished. He was frustrated. After being revived, and chasing Goku all the way to this miserable world, would things really end this way? No, he was not willing to let it end like that. Frieza planned to destroy the planet along with himself. He knew he could survive in space, but being in a different universe, his end was guaranteed either way. But that did not matter to him if it meant he could take Goku down with him. But Goku was not the same as before, and this time, he would not let Frieza carry out his plan, and knowing exactly what he intended to do, he began preparing his most powerful Kamehameha. When Frieza was preparing his death ball, it was already too late since Goku had anticipated him, and his plans, firing his Kamehameha at Frieza, wiping out every last cell of the wicked Emperor of Evil. Goku slowly descended to the ground, where everyone stood. He was completely exhausted from the fierce battle with Frieza and covered in wounds all over his body. This was the perfect close to a very eventful meeting which other religions witnessed and felt from their own respective realms. Everyone wanted to make contact with the blue-haired warrior who carried a divine aura, and for that they would have to gather for a new conference which would take place in the near future, and would be just as eventful as this one. We are at Goku's house, where the girls except Akino are gathered around the big kitchen table with serious faces. Girls, we have gathered here today for a reason, Riaz said, striking the classic Gendo Ikari pose for those who know the father from Shinji in Evangelion. Everyone swallowed hard, and with serious looks fitting the mood they turned to Riaz for her to continue. And it is all because of our comrade Akino's recent behavior. Riaz continued, still holding the Gendo Ikari pose. Everyone turned their heads toward the living room, where Goku was now sitting on the sofa, and beside him sat an Akino who was acting like a completely different person. Her behavior was like that of a spoiled, pampered little girl who had fallen head over heels in love. Commander, I have a theory, Medica said to Riaz, playing along with the Evangelion bit. Speak, soldier Medica, Riaz answered in a tone similar to Gendo Ikari's. I think this is a fake Akino. Someone must have swapped her out at some point, Medica said, convinced of her theory. That is such a stupid idea, it just might be true, Riaz said, and everyone nodded. Stupid, Medica repeated, offended. Very well, soldier Medica, your mission is to confirm whether your theory is correct. Move out, Riaz said with a commanding voice to Medica, ignoring her earlier protest. Yes, ma'am. Medica stood up, and with a military salute set off to complete her mission. While everyone watched Medica march off, they peeked around the door frame with only the girls' heads visible over the frame, looking like a totem pole, while they watched Medica say something to Akino, gesturing wildly, and shortly after Akino could be seen surrounded by lightning electrocuting the poor Medica. The girls, seeing that, quickly rushed back to their seats at the kitchen table to play it cool, while Medica came back with singed hair, still smoking as she sat back down. Commander, it appears she is the real one, Medica reported, her afro still smoking. The girls held back their laughter so Medica would not feel even more foolish than she already did, but one of them raised her hand to speak. Girls, would it not be easier to just ask Goku since he can detect ki? Jinei said, which made everyone's eyes widen in shock. Brilliant idea. Just what you would expect from the General Captain Mother, Riaz said, praising Jinei's idea. Since when did I become the highest ranking officer? Jinei replied, surprised to be the top authority. Riaz, ignoring the startled Jinei, peeked around the doorframe and signaled for Goku to come over, which he did, confused and curious. Air Force General Goku, could you answer a question for us? Riaz said, returning to her role as Commander Ikari. Goku, seeing the girls in such a strange mood, and his mother sighing in resignation, could only smile nervously with a sweat drop on his head. What is the question? He answered. Could you tell us if Captain Akino is really her? Riaz asked. I am not sure what you mean by that, but she is without a doubt Akino, he answered, very sure of himself. All the girls sighed with relief, knowing it really was the real Akino, leaving poor Goku even more confused, not understanding what game they were playing. Thank you very much for your cooperation. You may return to your post, Air Force General, my darling, Riaz said, striking the pose. Goku went back to the living room and sat down on the sofa again. Akino leaned back into his lap and asked him, what did they want, Goku? Akino asked in a sweet voice. I would not even know how to explain it. Every day they get stranger, he answered with a raised eyebrow, worried about the girl's mental health. The next day Goku was in the backyard sitting in a lotus position, doing mental training, but he was interrupted by Grafia calling him. Goku, you have a call on that ball Vegeta gave you, Grafia informed him. A call? What could it be? He wondered. Once inside, he picked up the ball, and in it he could see his master Whis. Hello Goku, how are you doing? Whis greeted him. I am doing great. Is something wrong, Whis? He asked. Something like that, but it would be better if we talked in person. Could I come to your house? Whis said. Sure, when will you arrive? Goku asked. I will be there in half an hour. I hope you prepare something tasty, Jahaho. Whis said. Sure, I will be waiting then, Goku said with a sweat drop, and the image cut off. Half an hour later, in the great hall of the house, a portal opened, and out of it stepped Whis with a big smile. Ha, pleased to meet you ladies. My name is Whis, and I am the attendant of Lord Beerus, the god of destruction. Whis introduced himself to the girls who were watching him. All of them with a bow introduced themselves to Whis, who to them looked nothing like the angels they knew. So Whis, what brings you here? Goku asked his master once they had all taken a seat. Jahaho, I see you have grown sharper since arriving in this world, Goku-san. Whis answered with his usual laugh. While Goku and Whis talked, the rest of Rias clan members arrived at the house. What did we miss? Issei asked. Shoo, hush and listen. Akino scolded him with a finger to her lips, and Issei, along with the others who had just arrived, nodded silently. The thing is, Goku, for certain reasons the Earth of your universe is at stake, Whis mentioned, which surprised everyone except Goku. I see. And what are the rules of this game? Goku asked. The rules are the same as in the Tenkaichi Budokai, but it will be a 5-on-5, Whis explained. And who are our opponents? Goku asked again. They belong to Universe 6, which is overseen by Lord Jampa, Lord Beerus's brother, Whis said, which surprised Goku. Beerus-sama's brother. Goku shouted, surprised, which alarmed everyone seeing him react like that. That is right, and right now Vegeta is gathering fighters for the tournament, but Lord Beerus wants you as captain, Whis said while sipping some tea. I understand, I will take part, Goku answered. I am getting excited to fight strong guys from another universe, he said with a huge smile and a sparkle in his eyes. I knew you would accept. The tournament starts in 3 days, so you should get ready, Whis said, standing up to leave. Whis, would you like to stay for dinner? Akino and Graphia's cooking is truly delicious, Goku told Whis. I would love to. I am always ready to eat something delicious, Whis answered with a smile. Akino and Graphia put in a great deal of effort into that night's dinner since their guest was someone special. Whis smiled, enjoying the delicious meal prepared by the girls, who even prepared something extra for him to bring back to Beerus. When dinner ended, Whis prepared to return to Universe 7, but Goku stopped him to ask one last thing before he left. Whis, could I bring some people along with me? Goku asked. Sure, why not? Whis answered positively. Thank you, Goku said gratefully. Do not mention it, Goku. I will come back for you in 2 days then, Whis said, and with that he said his goodbyes, disappearing into the portal he created. The moment Whis left, everyone crowded around Goku, bombarding him with questions all at once. Okay, one at a time, I cannot understand anything. Goku tried to calm them since he could not follow when they all spoke together. Son, what is all this about the Earth being at stake? Jinei asked. Just like Whis said, it seems Beerus and his brother bet the Earth of Universe 7 on a martial arts tournament, Goku answered his mother. How can you be so calm when the Earth of your universe is at stake? Tiamat asked nervously. What do you want me to say? It is so normal for me at this point, it does not even surprise me anymore, Goku answered very calmly. That you find that normal is very strange, Issei said, and most of the others nodded in agreement. So then, will you be leaving? Asia asked with teary eyes, grabbing his shirt. You will come back, right? Kaneko said, wearing the same sad expression as Asia. Everyone present looked at Goku with sad, lonely faces, thinking he might never return once he left. Why are you all making such sad faces? Are you not coming with me? Goku said, confused, seeing them all like that. Is that true? Everyone rushed him at once. Of course it is. Besides, I need to introduce my mother to her grandchildren, Goku answered nervously. Everyone was thrilled at the chance to visit the world where Goku had lived, and to meet the friends of his that appeared in all the stories he told them. Well, it is getting late. Let us go to sleep, since tomorrow I have several visits to make, Goku told everyone present, who were left intrigued by these visits he mentioned. The next day, Goku went around visiting all the faction leaders to ask if they would like to visit his universe and enjoy the tournament that would be held. All of them accepted out of curiosity to see the world Goku came from, and find out if it really was true that such strong people existed there as he claimed. The day finally came for Whis to return and take everyone to Universe 7, where Goku's friends awaited. Goku's house was quite packed at this point with the Meo-Usurzaches and Leviathan, the archangels Michael and Gabriel and Azazel. While everyone was mingling, a portal opened in the living room of the house, and Whis stepped out and, after greeting everyone, invited them to step through the portal. Everyone looked at Goku, who stepped through first, and the others followed. Earth Universe 7. A portal opened in the yard of Capsule Corp, where all of Goku's acquaintances were gathered with preparations underway for a big welcome party. Everyone looked toward the portal with excitement to see their friend again, and out of it stepped the now teenage-looking Goku. Hello everyone, long time no see. Goku greeted them all with a smile. But everyone was stunned. They already knew what had happened to him from Vegeta, but knowing about it and actually seeing it were two very different things. Dad, is that really you? Gohan asked. Of course it is, son, Goku answered with his typical smile. That is him, no doubt about it, Krillin said, seeing his carefree behavior. You jerk. Is it not enough that people of your race age slower? did you have to go, and become a teenager again too? Bulma shouted furiously and full of envy. This was not my doing, Bulma. Besides, why do you not just ask Shenron to make you younger, and be done with it? Goku told her. Well, maybe I will. Would you like that, Vegeta? Bulma asked her husband. Humph, do whatever you want, woman. Vegeta answered as if it had nothing to do with him. While everyone laughed at Bulma and Vegeta's antics, a large number of people began stepping out of the portal, looking around in confusion. Everyone over here, Goku called out to them, waving his hand. They, seeing Goku, began making their way over to where he stood. Dad, who are all these people? Gohan asked. Oh, they are my friends and new family from the other universe, Goku answered, which surprised everyone present except Vegeta, who already knew about it.